Greetings, Sea LARPers! Today in this video I'd like to explain some of the changes that have taken place in the rulebook regarding the fighting system in Sea LARP 2018. So the first thing that's changed is that it's really windy outside, so I have to talk really loudly for you to hear me. Right. Besides that, the damage system has changed. Before we had the advanced damage system for the older players and the basic damage system for the newer or younger players, and for people who just want to keep it less complicated. Well, that got too confusing. So now we're just using one damage system, and it's pretty basic. If you were around in 2016 for that season, then it will be very similar to that. Basically, how everything works is that your whole body, except for your extremities and your illegal spots like the head and privates, are they're the same. If you hit them, you lose a certain amount of hit points. Used to be for the advanced system that if you hit an arm, it didn't really count as a life, but if you hit the torso, it counted as a life, and you know, it was kind of confusing. So for now, an arm is a life, torso is a life, legs are a life, etc. Something else that we've added, or brought back I should say, is multiple weapon damages. And what I mean by that is that now, instead of just having weapons that give 1 damage, we have weapons that give 2, 3, and 4 damage. And let me give you some examples. Basically, a weapon like this starts off 1 damage. It doesn't have, it's just plain, it's just a weapon. But if you tie one of these red bands onto it, if you buy the ability or get it updated by a blacksmith and put one of these red bands on the sword, now it will give 2 damage. So if I get hit in the torso, the arm, the leg, I lose 2 damage points. If I were to tie one of these black bands on, then it would be up to 3 damage. And this is really rare for a sword. If I had a white band, that'd be 4 damage. So that's really powerful. Firearms automatically have 4 damage, which is good because Nerf guns are really inaccurate. So, to compensate, if you do get hit with one of these little things, then it will be a very powerful, deadly shot. Now, we also have fireballs and iceballs, and basically you can take those bands and tie them to the ends. So if they're basic, if they just give 1 damage, then you just throw it and you know that it's 1 damage. Unless it has some other ability, like it's an explosion or freezing or something. But that will be indicated by the thrower. But if someone just throws one of these at you like they are and doesn't say anything else then other than fire or ice, then you pretty much know that it's 1 damage. But if you have a red band tied to the tail, or a black band, or white, etc., etc., then that shows how much damage it gives. And again, red is 2, black is 3, and white is 4. And if you were around in 2016, that'll be easy to remember because that's how it was, but we just added white as an extra level for level 4 for 4 damage. Right. Next up, let's see. Oh, talk about arrows. Arrows, these usually come as red damage arrows. And that means that they give 2 points of damage to start off with. But you can also reach 3 damage arrows with the black arrowheads. You can even reach white damage, which is 4. I don't have one here, but that would be a white arrowhead. But for the arrows, you'll never see, basically every arrow will give at least 2 points of damage.